All right, you guys, 10:01. All right, everybody. I can make it. Yeah, we sure can. We made it through the first of the month. Middle. There you go. Yes, and we had a good month. So well done. Amazing. One more, then we'll move on. Amy has been on my wedding nerves. I love it. There's one. She has my experience. I mean, I got hopeful. I mean, she got me this third wedding. It's my wedding, and I have a client call. What are we on here? We meet August 1st, so actually it's less. It's right around the corner. Exciting. I love it. I think she was about 24 hours out. Getting married now. All right, you guys, we have Lisa here with us from Lazy's Roofing and Remodeling. We own this. And we want to be proactive. You are only going to listen to right now to ask them if they have somebody come out and take a look at it, right? If they haven't, because, right? So Lisa's going to tell you a little bit about her business and what they do. Chris is going to be just learn a little bit about Lisa and her company. Okay. Thank you for coming today. Okay, so here's some business cards for everybody that needs. My name is. I used to be ORC kind of split on my own. I was wanting to retire. Okay, a little bit. Then March 15th happened in this area. Developed storm, the damage, so I kind of that didn't happen anytime soon. With that being said, I do work for a lot of agents, you know, whether it be specialists, hey, Lisa, I've got this going on, you know, I can help you in all areas. I also do house flips. I have 2 full-time remodeling crews, siding and roofing.
I just actually started a gutter business as well because gutters got so far behind, so I was like, all right, wait a minute. I'm just gonna do that too, so anyway, pretty much about anything, whatever. Okay, so as far as roofs goes, you cannot see the damage from the ground 9 times out of 10 times. You won't even know you got damage to your roof. The reason why you could have asked me 5 years ago about insurance, hail damage, storm damage, and I wouldn't have been able to tell you a whole lot. But in 2023, when the storms hit Frenchville, Indiana, I'm from Keller, so we got like 90% of the roofs. Well, what we did, I turned out a bunch of insurance adjusters, and I learned a lot. So I feel like that I know a lot about it now where I can help if anybody needs help. And where I'm going with that is a lot of times, the homeowners don't even know they got damage. So if you have a house and you're getting ready to list it, you need to know, whether it's 5 years old or it's got how much life left on it. Doesn't have damage, we do pre-inspections. So I can roll out there, get up on there, and it's gonna be what it is. It's gonna have it or it's not, it's gonna be amazing, and I'll tell you all a bunch of homeowner stuff. So that's kind of, a little bit about what's going on with the, most houses in this area, I know I'm all over the place, little nervous. Most houses in this area have damage on it. I mean, it's been crazy busy. Does anybody have any questions about any, roof damage or any questions about any of this?
Lisa, when Lisa did my roof, and I had a contractor come out and say, tell me what your, tell me how much money you're getting from the insurance. And Lisa came out and told me how much it was gonna cost.
Yeah.
There's different shady people out there that are.
I would have.
Lisa's not shady, yeah, I will say that, I'm not shady.
That
should be a look up.
Because I'm like old school and it's like I run on honesty, right? And it's like street customer right, not, okay, let me just share with you something happened. I am also the executive director and the founder of Director Company, do all that. Okay, so in order, we have roof damage, I inspected the roof, we got the insurance check, but I have to have 3 estimates per board, right? So me being a contractor, it's hard to get estimates. So what I did was I called, I don't know if I should name the companies or probably not
Please
do that. Please do. Okay, so I called Jeff Home Crew, right? I did Andrew Roofing estimate over online, and I knew I was way cheaper than him because I don't have their overhead. And we pretty much all know what the insurance are paying. They use this app called Xactimate, right? And they come out, and any contractor in the state of Indiana, per the price on these inspection lists, whether it be siding, gutters, whatever, can make money and don't need to charge more. What they pay on that app, if it's correct, but that's where you need contractors to look at it. Any contractor can do your job for that price and not have to charge more. So if you get a contractor that comes out and says, oh, well, this is gonna cost $5,000 and they only gave you 3, you need to check that contractor because look at your work and all that and make sure, because any contractor can do that price. Now, with that being said, normally insurance companies, it fluctuates. They'll charge between $450 to $650 a square of a shingled roof, right? My roofs range, it depends on the steepness and all that of it. It could be $385 for a standard pitch, and then it would run up to $425. So I know for a fact I'm going to be under what you're paying on your insurance claim. Now, they also have this thing on there, and this is 2 questions you need to ask when you go get insurance for your home. Do I have recoverable depreciation? Okay, that's the first thing. Okay, because if you don't have recoverable depreciation, 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna have enough money to pay for your roof. Because if they go out and depreciate your roof $6,000, they're not giving you that $6,000 back. Let's just say, for instance, your roof's $15,000, right? Okay, plus tax, let's say $15,500. Say you got $1,000 deductible. So now it's gonna run down to what, $14,500? Right? Okay, then they depreciated what, $4,500. So now you got a $10,000 check, right? That's your first check. All right, once you get the roof done, then it's gonna say either if incurred It's gonna give you that $6,000 back. It's gonna say recoverable if incurred, I'm sorry. It's gonna say, they're gonna give you that 4,500 back, or it's gonna say non-recoverable, and they're not giving you that $4,500 back. So now you're in a situation where you don't have enough money to put your roof on. I run into that. So if just a note to self, make sure when you enter your house that you have recoverable depreciation, replacement costs, not actual cash value, because you're going to be in a situation you're not getting your work done. There is times that I've adjusted the price for people that's had a $5,000 deductible, because I just sometimes making a couple $100 is better than whatever. I've got one of my revolving that I'm putting on this week where they have a $5,000 deductible. Now, that's a whole nother ballgame. I have a $5,000 deductible on my rental property. I put a roof on last year, got hit by the storm, so I lost $10,000 like that. I'm a roofer, so I was able to come out on it. But that's, if it wasn't for that, I mean, it was a hard hit. But it adjusts your rates down for rental property where sometimes it's worth to take that chance. So it's really, I don't advise either way because it's kind of catch-22. The other thing is, lost my train of thought. Sorry about the insurance, sorry.
You're talking about deductible.
Yeah, so about the deductible, I was going to tell you something. Anyway, you get that money back, and when we was talking about the 4,500 on a claim, if you have covered with depreciation, you got that money to your roof. Normally when I bid a job, I'll come out to your house and you say, hey, Lisa, do I have storm damage? So go out here and look at this house and see if they've got storm damage. I'll go out there and I'll say, oh gosh. So, or I don't see any, or it's iffy, you can call them. Now, don't be afraid to open a claim up, because right now they're going to tell you, oh, it's going to raise your insurance if you open a claim. Don't worry, you're going to get raised anyway, because your neighbors got one, they got one, they got one. And I had my agent tell me last year when he talked me into replacing the rental property roofs, because instead of turning it in, because he said it's going to raise all my rental rates, he did anyway. And then he laughed and said, well, we got to get our money somewhere. Now, it was family member that was my agent, but I'll never forget what he said, because I got to get it. So I should have turned my roofs in a year ago instead of doing it myself. So basically, when you call me out and if you got damage, I'll say, hey, have your homeowner to call the adjuster, tell them that Lacey's Roofing is out here and inspected your roof, and that you have significant hail damage. Then they're going to call and they're going to make an appointment with the adjuster. Call me if I'm available, and I'll try to be. I'll come out and meet the adjuster. I'm not meeting the adjuster to tell them how to do the job. I'm meeting the adjuster to show them what I see. For instance, a house was in Albany, and the adjuster was like, I don't see any on this side. And instead of saying, well, it's here, I said, well, look and see what I see. And then he's like, oh, I must miss it. The sun was shining. So I mean, right there was a loophole where you almost get paid for having to screw because he missed some places that he didn't see for whatever reason. That's why I need adjusters. So, and then once they pay, then I'm gonna give you an estimate. I'm gonna do an aerial view on it, and I'm gonna give you an estimate. I'm gonna say this is how much it'll cost for that roof. Now, I already know I'm gonna be under $200,000 deductible or whatever everybody has, but I don't care what they pay you. That's none of my business, because, and I know this is not doing anything wrong. Most roofers are gonna say, let's get back to the Jeff Home improvement. Okay, so when I told him about the breakaway, and he was like, the first thing he asked the director was, where's the paperwork? Well, so I called him, because I wanted to know that I was a roofer. And I said, so explain to me why you need my paperwork to give me an estimate on this roof. He's like, well, we need your paperwork because we need to know what we're paying. And I said, well, what do you need to know about my paperwork? I said, I don't have a problem giving it to you. I'm just trying to understand why you can't just give me an estimate. He said, well, I'm gonna tell you it's like this. We know they pay 450 square. If your paperwork says 450 square, I'm gonna give you an estimate. Stay with me now. I'm gonna give you an estimate. I get so excited. I'm gonna give you an estimate for $450 square to take your board. Then it's time for business. And once I talk, I'm coming after the insurance company, and I'm gonna get $700 a square out of you. because I'm gonna have supplemental work, and he said, and then my income went from 90,000 to 150,000 doing this, and I mean, he was rattling on, it, no idea else was. And he said, and that's none of your business, and I said, well, then explain to me how you're gonna get $700 a square, and how do you want to do, stand on top of the roofs and take, you gotta have pictures of supplemental work, whether it be rotten wood, and there is that, right? We'll open the roof up, and if it's a couple $100 a repair, I don't turn it, but Williams Bakery over here at the roof on about 2 months ago. It was a mess, so I had to send in all the pictures of rotten wood, which is like a $1,400 charge. But I guess if I was another company, it would have been thousands and thousands of dollars. But I'm not trying to be rude, but that's what it's about. It becomes, let's take the insurance company for as much money as you can get. I mean, I kind of thought, am I really the right or wrong? And I thought, no, I'm right, I'm not sure of that. But if they have somebody full time that does nothing, that goes out to each roof, he said that they pay 40 or 50 hours a week, that stands on the roofs and takes pictures and looks for anything that it adds to for more money, more money, more money, more money. Okay.
That's exactly right.
Normally, in what we charge is $50 per sheet for 4x8 plywood for any rotten wood, whether you have 4 or 5 spots, that one sheet plywood is $50 charge. $25 for the plywood, $25 for the roof. Because any roofing company without a big overhead, they make plenty of money to follow the roofs without trying to install the section. They have professional people out there that does nothing but comes after your insurance company. If say you got denied, I come out, they deny you, they're gonna go, you can hire this company that comes in and goes after your insurance company to try to get more money. I've never done that, but it's out there. I will share with you that there's a lady in French Lick, they pay for every house around her. And in my experience, her roof is totally, she didn't pay. She sleeps so hard messing with them. I'll pay that $18,000. And I said, no. And I got on a roof, so listen, it was safe on. And I said, this lady's willing to pay me to do her roof. And I said, but I'm not paying this, y'all. This is not right. This is fair to her. I said, so please, I'm begging you to do something because it's not fair. They ended up making her right. They sent another adjuster for the 3rd time, and then it rained about or whatever. It's a paper. The paper proof. You have a lot of, just sharing with you a lot of information about roofs. I have an adjuster on the breakaway, which I don't know if Amy, if I talked to you about this. Do not use Seek Now. Seek Now is independent contracting company out of Louisville. Pull them up, look at the reviews that insurance adjusters hires to come in and look at your roof. They work for the adjuster. They work for the insurance. They came to the breakaway. And gentlemen, I said, is your ladder tall enough? And he said, I'm not here to talk about my ladder. Okay, and he popped off to me, and I sat back, and I was like, I was like, okay, I wasn't trying to be rude. I was like, and then I said, what about the shelter mats? He's like, I'm not here to check the shelter. Well, he ended up going and blackballing us on our roof because because the next thing I get a letter bill that says that they're investigating our damage, right? Which is fine. And so they sent our engineer out, right? Structural engineer. The structural engineer got up there, evaluated the damage, got a check 2 weeks later. He blackballs for whatever reason, whether it pissed him off because I was a woman or pissed him off because he felt I was trying to tell him what to do. He went and blackballed us through the insurance company. And the reason why I know this is I called and found out, more information on it. So that's out there. So always get a second opinion.
My recommendation, and the reason we have Lisa in here today, find someone you trust. Lisa's amazing. Not only on roofing, but contracting jobs. And get somebody that'll advocate for not only you, but your clients. And right now, if you have a listing, have somebody look at the roof before it gets too late. That would be, because are you seeing any roofs that don't have damage? I would say most, yeah. Most
Not really, because you can go back years. And if the homeowners have the home, I mean, if if they're trying to say, for instance, the other agent for the buyers trying to say, well, they're going to get off about $15,000, and for someone actually said $10,000 or whatever, then I'll kind of hand it off, I'll kind of equal, I'm expecting, I do this for in different realtors all the time. And Kevin Kelly, there's a lot of realtors like Bart Medlock, sometimes go out with it, but, and then I can come in and say, hey, they got it, see the adjuster, don't let them try to tell you something, or vice versa. I can expect you to tell you the truth, and then you can take it from there wherever you want it. I've been out and done inspections and they negotiate the price, and I don't book the job, and that's okay too, because I'll get your next job or next year, and it's all about how to be.
Are there some routes that take the hail or the damage different than other routes because, you have someone come out and, and other people are getting crews and things, but then your client gets someone come out look at it and say, yeah, looks okay. It's like it's not dangerous to me. Is that possible?
You know what, there was a housing research over there on Charlestown that got hit hard, and I mean, it's one of the hardest hits I've ever seen, but there was one house right beside one out of the house that didn't have anything.
Okay, so you
So it is possible.
you saw that one, you're like, that one's okay.
What counties are really majorly affected right now? How far out?
I'm doing a lot of routes in New Albany, Salisbury, Jeffersonville, Fordham,
Okay, so it is as far out in Harrison County.
I'm doing a lot in Harris County.
Okay.
Yeah. Charlestown, yeah.
Gordon.
I haven't been out the board much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Georgetown.
Georgetown's hit hard.
That's really not.
Boy knobs. So the house up on the hill, the big mansion house, I'm doing that. It was completely total, that big one, you see, 265. Yeah, and it's got regular shingles on it. That's what, sorry for 1 second. That's what you were talking about. There is a new shingle too. There's shingles called like shingles, and then there's impact resistant that you can put on now that lowers your insurance if you choose to go that route. We haven't sold a lot of them yet, but that is one house on one knobs. We're going to put a presidential shingle on that, which is real big, but they're real expensive.
So I know we're halfway now, maybe, but if you can stick around, because I have a buyer client and the home inspector says you need to get the roof inspected. Looks like there's damage, get a roof inspection. He says there's hail damage. The other agent sends a roofer out, he says it will not move, it will not pass insurance, so there's not enough hail damage. So now I have a third person going out today. So if I can,
You can, if you want to take my business.
Yeah.
I'll probably say, text me your address and you place and then, the name, address,
Yeah.
whatever it is, so, and I'll push on the way, I'll run out there, get on, and whatever, whatever, you know, documentation as far as, estimate sheet, say, this is what I recommend, whatever we need to get you to closing, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
To buy it, because, I mean,
It's weird because the seller doesn't want to start insurance. That's kind of like,
They think that that's gonna affect their next housing, that claim stays property, and that's what I'm trying to explain to people.
yeah.
And then-
It doesn't, he moves into an apartment.
Well, his renters are, like 200 bucks a year.
Yeah.
And can you just,
Yeah.
the other thing I'll mention is shingle. I mean, you don't have the other thing that you're thinking you're gonna see, so I feel that this is one of those ones that one of the plans storm and the storm. So it's so. Yeah, everybody's very well. So whether or not you file a plan, it's something.
You guys, Lisa's gonna be able to stick around for a little bit, so if you do have specific questions about deals you're in right now, if you can catch her before she goes, that's great. If not, call or text you. Do you have a preference?
Call's fine, but I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I get so busy that I forget, so if you text, always run through my text at night and jot it all down. So, but you're welcome to call. No, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, you guys, so, here's a great partner for you, right? Like, she's not gonna
Don't worry.
Her guys came out to do my roof and they rang the doorbell at 6:30 AM. A little bit early. A little bit early and did not leave till 9:30 and got my roof done. So
Okay,
like,
that's amazing. I see, Bo Smith in the room, and I do believe that he's got a little something at 11 o'clock today here in the
Yes.
office, don't you?
Right, I mean, it's gonna be a great, I'll just say life changing. Can I just say that?
Okay.
Can you spell that out there? Hey, I will on the, feedback, please finish Lisa, right?
Yes.
I was telling Ethan, my roofer sits in the number 3 position. Attorney number 1, financial guy number 2, roofer number 3. A great roofer, can make you look like a rock star, especially if you have property and stuff like that. And there really is a big difference. It goes from like the truly great roofers. And then after that, you gotta think about it. All they need to get into the roofing business, a few ladders, hammer, or some of them, right? I mean,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
painters, right? Anybody can be a painter, right? So, anyways, it's a big deal if you find the right one.
Yeah, thank you for bringing her in. And she's gonna be in for community. She's got a halfway house or 3/4 house?
at halfway up,
Halfway house.
pretty breakaway. They do the dancing with the stars thing and everything,
Yeah.
so, yeah. It's,
Which there's not enough of in our community, in case you don't know that. So, all right, you guys, moving on. Maybe. All right, so I'm sure you've all seen has been happening in Texas, right? You've seen the flooding, and this is devastating. We were on international call yesterday, and Wendy Harrelson basically was reporting from this area, the summer camp that affected all those little girls. Her daughter had been a counselor there the year before, like just, they had people coming directly from those areas. It is like, I mean, I had tears through the entire call. It was intense. Here's the thing, is that KW cares when KW agents are not affected, right? Like they can't deploy this is KW cares helps where KW agents have been affected. And while we're so grateful, right, that none of our agents are part of this tragedy, that means that KW cares really can't come in. And so we kind of are taking a different route to help right now. So here is where you can scan. I guess they have people showing up everywhere, and that is the last thing they need right now. There is some information, like if you plan to go to Mega Camp, where we could go out a week early and help with cleanup and things like that. So if you're planning for Mega Camp and you wanted to volunteer, this might be a great way to do it. They don't want people or need people right now. She said what they really need right now are probably gift cards, water, mask. She said the smell is becoming horrendous. It's really hot there. There's a lot of animals that have been affected. Like it is really intense, right? So, if you guys want to send a gift card, that's fantastic. We have the addresses, because there are, well, no KW agents were directly affected. There are market centers, 3 different market centers right in that area. Okay, so we can send stuff to them. And if we wanted to do one big gift card, I'm happy to do that. Like whatever makes sense. We could just send it to Venmo. I'll get one gift card and we can mail it away.
I was gonna say, I'm on the site right now, it's just better than me, but we're trying to raise $10,000, they're already at $9,326.
Okay, so you can go directly on there and donate. Okay,
Just hit donate right there, PayPal.
okay, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. So lots of
thoughts, prayers, and good energy to the people in Texas. And it looks like North Carolina, some things are coming towards North Carolina again. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wait, just a second. Did I skip something, Ally?
It's fine, we can play this, move on to the next one.
Okay, we're like a month out from mega agent camp, right? Don't tell anybody that this is my favorite one. I mean, I love mega agent camp. It's in San Antonio this year, not Austin, because they're working on the Austin Convention Center. Who's planning on attending? Rob, Craig, Bev? Okay, I like it. I like it. Do they do streaming at all anymore, like for these things?
There might be a few general sessions that they
That
will
get,
have, you'll have the ability to tune into.
okay, okay.
I know they were doing more of that on, COVID, coming out of COVID.
Yeah. Does everybody know what mega agent camp is? Not everybody at once. Maybe it's a little something, a yes or no? Everybody? Okay, yeah, we're talking top agents who are really nailing it. Usually it's kind of one area. They're gonna get up and talk about that one thing that they're mastering. Yes.
It's where, what is that? They did all the top area, it's in stage two, open houses.
Mhm.
House panel,
Yeah,
and that's where I came across someone doing open houses on weeknights.
yes,
And around that, and then started doing that in this market and started having a lot of success with it. And it's still part of Robin House launch plan for listings and get a lot of good activity from that plan. It was straight from Maggie. I think the very first Maggie that I went to.
I love it because it's just like, there are just so many good nuggets of information, simple little things that you just maybe haven't considered. And that little adjustment can really change so many things, right? So where lots of times agents will come back ready to revamp their entire business. Okay, I'm just gonna caution you on some of those things. It doesn't have to be that. Sometimes it's just implementing these small changes that really can change the trajectory of what you're doing. And it's very tangible, easy things to implement a lot of times. Not every person speaking is for everyone, right? You have to take the things that work for you, because there'll be lots of thoughts in your head saying that doesn't work in my market. I already know. But there are plenty, I promise, of things that you will hear and can come back and implement very, very quickly that can make a noticeable difference. Rob?
So I've never missed a bank account in the 8 years I've been here. And what I will say it also does, not just providing you options on how to do this business, and as you high level, brings you. The reason why they haven't spaced out, in the meeting February, but you can't use it in August, is because sometimes we just need that boost of energy.
That's
Right?
yes.
Right now, it's kicking us in the teeth. Maybe somewhere else too, I don't know, but sometimes we just go here and with people who are seeing success at a high level, and feed off their energy. And come back and crush up with the work. So that's one reason I go to it, not just for the options, but for the energy.
100%, both.
I think the thing I took away from Mega Camp is, we all know there's like 10,000 different ways that you can secure business, and find business in this industry, right? There's so many different ways to do it. And every one of us, whether we really think about it or not, we probably have maybe 2 or 3 favorites, right? Things that you really enjoy doing. Sometimes when we talk about lead gen or customer acquisition, everybody's first thought is, oh my gosh, cold calling on the phone and all that stuff like that. If your thing is client events, there will be someone at Pick a Camp that has built a, 300 $300 million business and that's all they do. There's somebody that all they do is physicals expired and they do a crack ton. Somebody that's literally taking one thing and they're absolutely just growing it exponentially. So then you come back and you're like going, well, gee, I think I'm gonna start this 7th level open house. And next thing you know, your open houses are exploding. If that's your jam, you go to Mega Camp, you can find somebody that's literally running that play and selling $200 million worth of real estate. And maybe 80% of it comes from open houses. So it's, you don't need 50 different ways to find business. Find something you're passionate about. And I promise you, someone is there that's very, very passionate about, something. Some way to do it.
I want to add to that. I learned this amazing thing yesterday on a regional call where we can take your personal KPAs, run them through Gary's Chat GPT. It studies all your results and gives us an idea of the best lead gen strategies for your behavioral style. This I was blown away by, okay? So how many of you have done the KPA? How many of you know what it is? Okay, so this is called the Keller Personality Assessment. It's part of career visioning, right? Which is the method and the system we use to hire people. We like to date people before we marry them, right? We're spend a lot of time with somebody before we bring them into our world. The KPA is getting to really understand their behavioral style. And it's an amazing, amazing tool. If you have not taken that, have Jackie send it to you, okay? We can send that to you, the tool, and then we can run it through that Chat GPT and come up with the lead gen strategies that are probably going to be the most effective for you. Yes.
Yeah, this profile, strength finder, run all of those through as well.
Genius.
All of it through. And I'm working on this, but I don't know if you're on the coaching call, the master plan yesterday. Max is also creating a personal persona for our coaching clients. We upload files, MREA, shift into one thing, or upload that as well as kind of a guide for the Chat GPT to lead.
Create kind of the business plan that would work for that particular person. Are you guys about to change our life, people? Kind of amazing. Okay, I love it. I love it. And I just wanted, what you said, Rob, I remember saying to Craig, because once upon a time, he and I worked together, that when I was getting in serious burnout in the team leader role, what I knew was that I needed to get to Austin. Okay, well, this year it's San Antonio, but you get my point, right? I knew that I needed to get to a big event to be re-energized, re-motivated, to hear the stories about how KW had changed people's lives, because we need that reminder, especially right now. Just call it what it is. The market's tougher right now, right? And it can feel more like a grind. And so if you're experiencing some of that burnout, low motivation, what the heck am I doing here? I would say go ahead and get your ticket to Mega Camp, because I'm telling you, it's impossible to go there and not be excited again. It's not that you need a whole new career path. You probably just need a big glass of water and a trip to San Antonio, okay? Just hydrate, get on the plane. That's what we would do, okay? Any questions, comments? Angie, you got a broker moment for us today?
Just that the vibe is people are struggling to get through inspections. So
Mhm.
really kind of know, it does say in the purchase contract that you're supposed to focus on safety hazards and home defects when you're trying to work through an inspection. I think buyers are just hesitant and just looking like panicking. I don't know, when they get under contract and then they realize that the interest rate went up and then realize their debt service coverage changes. I don't know what it is, but the vibe, we had 3 or 4 that fell through during inspections last week, and half of them were like so minimal things that it was just they're just making up things to panic about. So just thinking about for a seller and a buyer with your clients, just having that conversation ahead of time to say, hey, seller, we want to do our due diligence to try to work with them to get through inspections. But hey, buyer, we're not gonna ask for everything in the new kitchen sink, we're gonna ask for safety hazards and home defects.
Yes.
So just, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting, a lot of just frustration getting through inspections. But just knowing your contract and knowing what it says in there, to focus on. So again, if an outlet plate is broken, they have a reset light instead of a ceiling fan, you can't ask for these things, so, just, and I've actually had another agent on the other side that she just didn't even know how to handle the objections to get her buyer through the inspection. So it's some of those kind of conversations.
And I would
You
say,
should just send me their number.
Yeah.
If that is the case,
Yeah.
honest
Until
to
you get
God,
through it. Yeah.
people, agents should be educated.
Yes.
This is our job. We are experts. And if we don't know how to handle these things, we need to be in training, getting educated. And so if somebody on the other side doesn't know, it's not necessarily their fault. It's not that they're not learning based. Maybe they really just are not exposed to those things, okay? We are in a growth games competition, people, and I want to win, okay? So also that, we can help somebody and we can be winners, all right? I like it.
I think the key for me, for buyers, is explaining before you have the inspection, that you're gonna have the inspection, it's gonna be 30 pages. We are looking for, or 130, and we're looking for things that are detrimental to the life of the home or the people in it. We are not concerned about a $7 extension on your gutter. Yes, that's gonna show up because it can hurt your foundation. But you can go to Home Depot and spend $7 because you're gonna be at home for $100.
Yes.
So,
I had a conversation, and I've been pretty successful getting through the inspections, and I have a conversation, and I say, look, first of all, you need to understand the inspector's job is to find things wrong. And they're gonna find every little thing wrong. I said, but having been on the other side of it, nothing pisses off the seller more than to get nitpicked over a bunch of little crap. So we will not be asking for stupid crap. I just tell them up front, we're looking for safety issues and major repair structural type things.
That's right.
And typically if it's under 1,000.
Yeah.
But just always remember, in the purchase contract, it does state that in there, safety hazards or home defects to the buyer's satisfaction. And that's always a gray area. Because, like, for example, I always just use mold, because if I'm highly allergic to mold and I don't care if they redeem it or they mitigate it or whatever they do, for me, it's not to my satisfaction because I can't, so something like that, that's always that gray area. But again, just having many conversations before you get to that point of the panic is the key, so.
Yeah.
And then having a great time.
Yes, it is the expectation conversation,
Yes.
right? I learned this in an AA room, like disappointment happens when expectations are not met. That's when people are disappointed. So it is 100% our job just to set the expectation. We're gonna hope for the best, right? But just be prepared for this. This is what it's gonna come out to look like. Yeah.
I use the phrase structural, mechanical, and safe. That's.
Yes. Perfect. Perfect. Any questions? Okay, growth games. You guys, we are in a regional competition too. So remember when I said we were gonna win $1,000 and it was gonna be like 500 to the market center and the leadership team? Here's the deal. Now we've got another $1,000 at play to win. So we can really do a bang up party. Or maybe you get the cocktail machine. I still doubt it, but we have a little more room in there, okay? So this really is just how many agents we bring into our world in July. Okay, is the first month. I have one competition that is 30 days, okay, till the end of July. And then and I'm also we're also in the regional competition with that as well, but the regional one also goes on until August. Right now, the team that I'm with in the regional one, we're in second place. So we're already winning. So if you are doing work with amazing agents, you want to see in here every day, send me their name. Or if they need some education, training, send me their name. There's lots of people for us to help out there. Any questions about that? Okay, whoever brings the most warm leads is gonna participate in the leadership part of the celebration as well. And now, Ally already knows that I am gonna mess the computer up. And did you see her creeping up behind me? Like, Lindsay's about to push a button. This is ridiculous. Oh, because we're on a different kind of slide situation. We're gonna play a little game. I feel like we need music with this. Okay,
I
that's
can try it.
perfect.
You want me to try it?
Yeah, we have a slight description of a listing with a photo, and your job is to get the list price, okay? I like it, Ally. Okay, right here. Here we go, folks. Thank you. So the first property that we have is, I'm gonna be honest, in a city that I didn't even know was near us. What is this? Where's Bologna? What county are we in?
Want to say it's in that Alpha Maps.
When you did, Jackson.
Okay, I'm getting an idea of where you are. Okay, so that's what we need to have in our, okay, okay. So, got it. Okay, so number one is in this mysterious, mystical area. It's got 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, 3,080 square feet. This is the photo.
Send it to you, Salem. He's from there, it's 5 photos.
Look at this. Who doesn't? You guys, maybe we should go together and make it a bed and breakfast. Look at this place. I would totally have that rug in my house too. I like the vibe.
Stop right here. Stop right.
Okay, before I give you an idea of the price, what are we thinking?
Yeah, I mean.
Jackie? That is
It's a.
if you had to guess.
$7.99.
I'm gonna say 80.
No, they can go to the next one.
Yeah, I.
No cheating, no cheating. You can't use your phone.
What are you saying?
8.
87?
$1,200,000.
So here are the options. 1,999,000, 1.2, 1.499.
Can you guess the days on market too?
We're gonna come back when these sell. Is that the answer?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I didn't even mean to hit the button, you guys. Gave that one away. Well done, Bo.
How many days on?
Hey, Ally, will you get my laptop and log into Syra so we can tell it acres and days on market right now? Or, yeah, somebody. Okay, let's look at property number 2. We've got Pekin, Indiana, 2 bed, 2 bath, 1,400 square feet. Okay, little house right here. I can't tell if that pool's the neighbors. Do you know this?
No, I just.
Yeah, that. I was looking at all the grass. Yeah, I was looking at grass. Here's the interior. I don't have a login and password anymore. I don't know why I'm here. Oh, poster. 2023 exclamation point. What do we think?
B.
199.9, 239.9, 299. Okay, I hear B. Now, has anybody seen this property? Okay, here we are in Jeffersonville, low closer to high. All right,
And you know how old it is. Yeah.
we do. Let's see how good you are. 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1683 in square feet. Here's our first photo, aerial shot. Interior, oh, this is definitely 3D or the virtual staging.
Okay, I'm
You got it? Lisa, does this place need a roof? Go ahead and tell me. I'm kidding. Just kidding, just testing you a little bit.
Your computer died.
Oh, God, damn it. Okay.
I'll take a picture here. I'll take it, yeah. I'll take it. AI, 249.9.
We got 269.9, 249.9, 2099, or 219.9. Do we think it's overpriced?
Yeah, it should be.
What do we think it's gonna sell for?
250.
Yeah. You all know that most properties are doing price reduction,
Yeah.
right?
So about 12% of the market that they need, that's the price.
So there's that number. Pricing them right, which we learned a lot about that in the shift book under tactic number what? Not quite. No, not that one either. Not that one either. What? Three. Look at, those are the group. No, I'm just kidding. Tactic number 7 is all about pricing it right. Okay, so maybe take a glimpse over tactic number 7 because there are lots of pricing strategies in there for a shifting market. Would you all agree that we're in a bit of a shifting market? Yes. All right. Madison. We like to make it challenging. 3 bed, 1 bath, 1,008 square feet. Low range style.
Stay high.
175.
Well, let's just, what do we think we're taking a picture of here? What do we?
Yeah.
But I mean, if you had to guess, as an agent,
That's a bedroom. It's a bedroom. Sure.
But why, so that's the one that ain't.
but I'm saying, and I don't know who listed this, and there's no judgment. If you're in this room, I'm just gonna apologize right now. I'm just saying, doors like this are probably not gonna sell a home. You know what I mean?
Better.
The pictures matter, like they really do matter.
That's why you hire.
See.
See, it's see.
I think that's.
I thought it was being better. I tried to go back to the high.
Yeah.
This could be a situation they have.
This is where we get on the Google Street View, right? See what's really going on there? Yeah. I don't know. Last one. We're back in the territory that we are experts in. Georgetown, 3 bed, 2 bath, 2543 square feet. You're about to find out. What do we think? What about the property? We got the wood floors, okay? Some fake ivy back there. It's we got 379, 349. You guys are all over the place. Come to attention.
Number listed D, which.
Yeah, right. It's some action.
Is that a walkout?
I agree, yeah. I do.
$3.99. It's $3.99. Okay. What do we think it'll sell for? Yeah, probably closer to $379, right? Okay. Alan, do we have Syra pulled up? You guys, what new listings do you have that you want to talk about or challenging listings that you want us to take a look at? that we can pull up for you? You already know it's overpriced?
The bike, I got them down 25,000, they were, and we're still at least 5,000. So we just rolled one more.
So Lisa, while she's pulling this up, what do you have? Huh?
Oh, Chuck and Lisa.
Drake and I have 4248 more. It's a barndominium, incredible. It's, there's a little bit, there's a lake next to it, which we over to some of the properties to go to the like, that's not T, that's not T. T, and the big shots. And there's a T in there.
No.
Oh, but.
Wait.
Big shot T.
Yeah,
Right. Now you can see.
Vintage, right there. Wasn't comprehending that part,
Now it's-
but here we are.
So it's 3.1 acres. If you look in front of it, it doesn't look like much, but you open that front door and you go in, it's really incredible. Great pictures online, the MLS and other ones. Huge barn. I think the barn part is 30 by 50. So you can just do about anything in there. The place is immaculate. Everything kept really nice. Upgraded across the board. We're listed at 450 right now. Need your feedback. It's where. It's in Austin. It's in Austin. Great people, they're buying something to risk of anything.
Do we think it's priced right, or would we
We've
be
already
saying?
done one little price reduction. They'll look at less because the time is coming up. with their-
Yeah. Well,
did that.
Did everybody struggle with the spelling of that? It's really good to hear it. Okay, so we've got. Oh, and the lake is there?
Yeah, no, part of the lake is theirs, most of it is the neighbors. That's the patio, fire pit situation down here. There's a lake.
Got some overview ones to kind of,
That's
How long has it been listed, Lisa?
maybe.
yeah, over 3 weeks.
Yeah, the fire pit,
Yeah, it's a nice picture.
there's some interior.
Yeah,
Look at that, how pretty that is.
yeah. It's there, it's right out by Hardy Lake. So you're like, you got a little lake right next to you, but you're, maybe 5-10 minutes away from.
Hardy Lake is a beach. Structure. Really nice. Pretty lake, yeah.
There we
There
go.
you go.
Nice.
It is pretty.
I'll get to the end. I want you guys to see the garage.
Yeah. We just have two, maybe a third one spared one.
There's the kitchen. They've done some nice updates in there. Their primary bathroom and bedroom, that's their primary bedroom. Nice natural light in there. Big closet. Upstairs.
So how many square feet are we looking at here? A
I
lot.
can show you.
Million.
Quite a few.
There's some, there's that breeze one.
Yeah, there's the breeze. Yeah,
Street and then.
so there's that garage.
We can have right.
Yeah.
Somebody who had.
And then up there, you've got stairs that lead up, and they had huge storage up here. They've gone ahead and sold a lot of it, but all of that extra space up there, I mean, they've got a Jeep, a couple riding motors, tractors. They're trying to sell like most of that stuff, yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so let me tell you about the square foot really fast.
It's already got there. 3,000.
Yeah, 3,040 on the total finish, so, yeah.
Okay.
The requirement is on the.
Who has a buyer for that,
Who's gonna find a buyer for that?
right?
So it's a 3-bedroom and then it's 2 full, 2 halves, one of the halves is out.
Okay, who else has one? Oh, whoops. Dang it, no, that's not what I wanted. I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, what's the next one we've got? Yeah, okay, you just take it. I was trying to turn the music down, right? Right now, what's the next one you guys have? Let's see. Anybody? It's 11, so we can wrap it up, but I give you a chance, if you got one to highlight. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's word that way, but. Anybody have a challenging one you want to look at real quick?
Sure.
Okay,
3903.
3903. And we've got 324.9 on Rainbow Drive in New Albany. All right.
So I will tell you that you see those, that sunroom right there?
Yeah.
The old cantilever style windows. You might know what I'm talking about there. It just replaced those windows last week. It has 4 windows on the front of the house now that, all we're getting new photos this week. This is, I think 1,900 square feet roughly. 4 bedroom, 3 full bath. And,
Exposed brick, like it.
So this is one of my flip properties. So a lot of work went into this house.
Butcher block countertop. I love butcher block, yeah.
It's got 9, so it's 3 bedrooms upstairs, 1 bedroom downstairs, 2 full bath upstairs, 1 downstairs. Laundry's upstairs, where the other bedrooms are. It's on about a half acre. It's well off the road, well off the Rainbow, which is. You know, all right off Charlestown Road.
Trying to picture that. Okay, my brother lived on Rainbow Drive. I sold him his first house right there. Okay.
It's got the new window feature.
It's
2.5 car garage with a rear end.
What kind of feedback specifically are you looking for, Rob?
We've had very few showings,
Okay,
honestly. And what we've gotten feedback that's been that the kitchen's a little small, right? We are actually buying a refrigerator. Normally we don't provide refrigerators or flips. We're gonna buy one today and position it in the kitchen to show where it would fit. Because people visually are not on time.
I'm seeing it. Yeah.
So.
Windows are gonna be humongous.
Well, that's what, so we've gone through this, the paint that we have on there, we did a month ago. Because it was the same as it was like the gray, and you can see the other siding, so we went and painted all the stone, it's like a sandstone. We painted all of that a month ago, and then we had one showing. You put it back on the new listing with that new exterior, it's still nothing, so. We did the windows, because we think maybe the windows are the problem. It's got new plumbing, new roof, it has electrical, it's 324.9. And the cost of the area, 350, to be honest. Slab and.
Okay, so keep this in mind when your buyers come along, okay? For
It's
sure.
4 bed, 3 full bath, it's hard to find that much. For this price, you know.
We're about to go, but I need everybody just to shift one seat to the right from where you are right now. Go ahead. Stand up. Yeah, the one, okay. And then have a seat. And now, go ahead, everybody just move each other here. See if you find it. Any opening. Oh.
Hey, Jim.
Oh. And Momentum actually donated those. So say a huge thank you to Momentum and your culture committee for keeping things fun and donating gift cards. We're gonna keep doing this, okay? And for everybody who cooked or made something today, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, Bo is off and running with that.
Come on.
It's Brenda's birthday today? Okay, so let's sing her happy birthday.
I thought that would be the easiest way to do it. What's that?
Did you try this? I should have. They are. I think it was in that. But my.
Biscuits and gravy.